So when I started at Parrott Creek in August of 2022, Gabriel was a single dad, 2 handsome young boys. He was in his car for 2 months prior to being accepted into our program. Both of his kiddos were at the time being able to stay with grandma. It was a bit unsafe to have both kiddos in the car with him at night.
The Home Safe program helps young, pregnant and parenting young people who are struggling with homelessness or housing insecurity. And it's a great, simple program that gets them housed really quickly and helps them be independent and able to raise their families.
Gabriel was definitely a self-starter. He just knew what he wanted and knew what his family needed. Our first meeting, he kind of had a list for me of things that he wanted to accomplish. So it was just nice. It was like, yeah, your name is Kai. Great to meet you. I'm Gabriel. Check this out. You know, he had kind of like his side things going on. I want to say it's with detailing cars. I remember the particular moment in time that I met him, we were kind of struggling with finding some childcare. He wanted to be able to take on more hours to start to kind of like prepare himself for the ending of his assistance. Mom was kind of around just a little bit for kiddos, but he had them full time for about the past year and a half. Mama had a boyfriend that really wasn't quite on the nice side. And so the boys would go with Mama on the weekends. Just upon their return every Monday when they would come home, it was just something always coming up to the point where I want to say there was police contact. And that was kind of the final straw for him. It was just like, hey, Kai, I don't think they're safe where they're at. So, can you help me navigate this court process and get in custody for the boys? I've had them the past year and a half. I provide all of their basic needs. I know they're safe with me. They're growing, they're learning, and we're thriving. And so I'm just like, all right, let's do it.
What is also, I think, quite profound and very beautiful about the Home Safe program is it is both sort of a response to an immediate need, and it is really also preventative. Intergenerational homelessness, intergenerational poverty is a huge crisis, and being able to break those cycles to get someone safely housed for them and their kids means a much higher likelihood that their kids will go on to have wonderful, beautiful lives.
When he presented that, at that time he had asked if he could kind of have his portion of rent pretty much remain the same for a few months because he wanted to work some additional hours to be able to afford a lawyer. And so when we revisited again, we had the paperwork, we were ready to go. We sat on the phone and we're just kind of like, I'm online kind of looking at stuff like, oh, okay, this is matching up with this and this and that. And so we came up with the thing of, what if we provided you an extra 2 or 3 months? How would that look or what would that look like? And it was just like, yes, that would be lovely. It gives me enough time to hear about the boys. And so I would say at about 2.5 month mark before he was going to be exited from the program, he had called with great news. Custody had been awarded to him for the boys. His work stuff was very stable. He felt confident that after the assistance, he was going to be able to afford his apartment on his own. He was just real grateful and just real thankful that I let him lead his own goals. It wasn't me, you got to do this or you got to do that. And he was just, Gabriel was a great father. He definitely opened up my eyes to more things and to know that there are amazing single dads out here really doing the work and are really trying to get ahead. He knew what he wanted to do and he hit the ground running. And that is just one participant that I will always remember because he just left a huge mark. He was just a great guy.
Kai is an exceptional human being, first and foremost, and just an exceptional case manager. When we share with our funding partners, when we share with our community partners, it takes her an average of about 2 weeks to get someone from literally first contact with us to having them move into their own apartment. Most people are completely blown away at how effective she is. She takes her job seriously. She has a huge heart. And as you may have heard from her, she really lets our participants really be the masters of their own journey, but she's always there actually making sure that they can be successful.
Single dads aren't given enough credit. They aren't given the tools and the resources, But getting Gabriel was just that reminder of, wow, there really is no resources for single dads at all. I could really see him somewhere like being a spokesperson for like single dads because he just gives me that presence, and sometimes he doesn't realize how amazing he is and that, no, dude, you're doing it. We don't hear stories like this often. So to me, it's like you're a miracle worker, and to him, it's just like, well, I'm doing what I gotta do. I got these 2 kids and I gotta make it happen. I just see a great quality of life for those boys now, and just knowing that, hey, dad made it happen. And I think that's gonna be authentic to itself. For all single dads out there, keep doing your thing. I see you if nobody else does. Just never give up, keep pushing. The only time you fail is when you give up. And I know sometimes it's hard to see the silver lining when you're in the midst of trauma and triumph, but just know the sun is always shining in the midst of a storm. So just please keep pushing. That's it. Keep pushing.